Alright, try again. I'm the right way now. I started it the first time and I had the lock on it, so I couldn't flip it. We was sideways. I'll see if anybody hops on. I haven't eaten lunch yet. I forgot my water. So I'm excited to talk to you and tell you a little story about follow-up and how I got started with Younique. And some of you may have heard this before, but I like it because it ties back into the Do It Scared that I did earlier. Hi, Cindy. I don't know if I'll be able to see the comments or not. I couldn't see them in my last live that I just did in my customer base group. So say hi if you're on here. I don't see any eyeballs at the top. So it goes back to my Do It Scared post. It goes back to that. It talks about follow-up. And I think it kind of speaks to the post Lindsay's done about finding some unicorns, which cracks me up. So here's my story. And the first time I ever mentioned this, hey Mary, first time I ever mentioned this, I think was, we had a training in May of 2015, and the elite leaders were supposed to bring something for a raffle, and then they told us, you're going to come up in front of everybody and stand there, and we want you to say hi, whatever, and then give like a tip, introduce yourself and give a tip. Hey Ashley, yes, I can see comments. Thank you. Awesome. We want you to introduce yourself and tell what you think is the most important aspect of this business, or give a little tidbit, like some advice. And I was like, oh my gosh, like trying to think on the fly, and I was like, yeah, I think it's follow-up, and I have to just tell my little tiny story here. So, hey Lisa, I first tried the mascara in July of 2014. I was in a Facebook party, and it was pretty lame, and they just showed like these over-the-top lash pictures. That's all. What are my lips? Sucker punched. Over-the-top lash pictures, and it was just crazy. And as I was in this group, there were no videos, there was nothing like that. I was like, who would buy this stuff like this? One, there's no way this stuff works. There's no way. Hey, Patty. Two, who would buy this based on these pictures? Like, this is so dramatic. And so then I found the shopping link and I bought some. And it showed up, and like the thought of putting those fibers next to my eye totally freaked me out. I kind of tried it. I don't think I got them sealed in well enough. I was afraid that my lashes looked crazy, and so I didn't use it. I literally used it a couple times and then just closed the box up and was like, okay, forget this stuff. I don't quite get it. And then no one followed up with me. That person in that hosted that party, not that hosted, the presenter that ran that party, she never reached out to me, ever. And because I'd never done anything direct sales. I'd never done anything, sales, nothing. But I didn't know that the party was over, but I got it, and I just was trying to be nice and helpful to the hostess, so I went back into the party and I posted, I was like, hey, I got my stuff, it's pretty cool, you guys should try this. And you know what the presenter did? She commented, this party's closed. Like, what? Like, you didn't follow up with me, but I just threw you a softball. I just threw you a softball where you could have offered me to be a hostess. You could have, like, sent me a message to talk. You could have talked about the opportunity. Like, I threw you a freaking softball, okay? So she never followed up with me. Ever. So I kind of let the mascara go. And then in September, October timeframe, my neighbor had a party, and she had this party, and the hostess was posting videos and explaining things, and that's how I learned how to use the mascara. And I was like, okay, I can do this, plus this stuff is amazing. And so I actually messaged the presenter, not knowing how this worked at all, and said, I think I'd like to have a party to share this with my friends. I mean, I think I need to tell them about this stuff, and that would be the easiest way, right? Because I could earn free makeup. And then I didn't know, like, if I could have a party or if it was free. I had no clue. I didn't have Facebook parties. I didn't have parties at all. I didn't have home parties. And I said, so is this stuff, like, is it okay that I didn't buy mine off of you? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. Let's have a party. Okay, cool. So we started it. And I have this party, and I've done before and afters. I'm doing a demo. I'm doing crazy stuff because I just want to show my friends. Like, I really wasn't even that concerned about earning free makeup. I just wanted to show my friends how awesome it was. So I was just doing randomness. And so the presenter reached out to me, and she said, she sent me a message and said, you need to be doing this. You need to sell this. And I was like, what? That sounds nuts. That sounds crazy. And then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, maybe that's not so crazy. And I was one of those people that spent maybe 4 hours thinking about it, talking about it, looking at the website. It was date night for my husband and I, so we talked about it that evening. And I was like, yeah, okay, let's do this. And so she sent me her link, and I talked with her and asked some questions, and I signed up that evening. That evening, because she talked to me. She explained things to me, and she was the reason I knew how to use the mascara. And so I think back now to that first presenter who basically just got a sale and then ignored me, didn't care if I had it working right, didn't care to talk to me about anything else, never, never, never. I don't want to say I'm a unicorn. Okay, that sounds a little bit crazy, but I now have 378 people who have joined my company, and I'm an orange status presenter. Like, all she had to have done was touch base with me and say, hey, so how are you liking your mascara? And I would have said, I like it. I think it's neat, but I'm just a little confused about some of this. And we could have talked through. We would have worked it out. She would have said, do you want to have your own party? And I would have said, yeah, I absolutely freaking do. And then I would have been on her team. Now, thank you, sweet baby Jesus. Thank you, universe, whoever, okay, that she didn't, because now I'm where I'm supposed to be. And that girl who I signed up under has since quit, and now I'm directly underneath Kara. Like, I think it worked out pretty okay. But now the thought of not following up with these people, like when you get an order and then that order's in your back office, the thought of not talking to those people, like not going through that list, that gold mine that's in your back office, terrifies me, because I'm like, who could I be passing up on? Who could I be ignoring and neglecting and not talking to and working through issues with them if they have them, or just seeing how they're doing? I have to do it scared. Even when you're afraid sometimes to send that message to see how they're doing, because sometimes you're afraid. Maybe they don't like it. You're afraid of that, right? It's kind of freaky. We don't like conflict. I don't like conflict. But I freaking reach out and ask, how are you guys doing with your mascara, your makeup, whatever? Because what if? Like, what if? And what I love is that, Lindsay's post about finding your unicorns, that was about identifying those people, sending them the messages. And those are people you can look at and go, yeah, I think that person would be awesome. I think they would be awesome. I would like to have them. But then every once in a while, and that's why we keep having parties and we keep networking, we find somebody just randomly. And they decide to run with it. They didn't even know they were looking for anything like this. They didn't even know. But because we follow up with them and we reach out to them, they do it. Patty Beetle on my team, Patty Beetle has sold like $1 bajillion in mascara. She has a huge team. She's so close to green. Patty was just like a random unicorn at a party. She was just random, just sitting right there, and she tried the mascara, and she loved it, and she bought the kit. Really. How far should you go back to message people? Like days or weeks? It's just, oh, Lisa. I still go back through. When I started, let's think here. In the last few months, there have been times in my back office I have gone through a year's worth of orders, or 6 months, or 9 months, to just touch base with people and just say, hey, just touching base, you still loving your makeup? Things still good? When we had the, not the Season to Sparkle, the one before Season to Sparkle, where we filled up that big group with all the people, I went back through, I think, a year's worth or more of customers and just saying, hey, we're having this thing we're offering. I just want to make sure you're doing good with your makeup and see how things are going. And I had people who I didn't even know were still paying attention. Customers from super early on, that were like, yeah, I still just love watching and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I had no freaking clue. And I put them in Season to Sparkle, and I've had some people who decide to buy after like a year and a half. So yeah, I go back through that list in my back office, and I just continually follow up with people. You just say hi, how's it going? Are you loving your makeup still? Everything's still good? You know, and it pays off. Like, that list in your back office is gold. Gold. When the new formula came back, I started in November 2014. Yes. Same here, Allison. I went through, and the thing is, you know what? You have to open up each individual order to see what a customer bought in your back office. We can't search to see who ordered what, but I tell you what, it is worth it to take the time to do that. It is worth it. When the liquid foundation came back in stock, I went through my back office, through all those orders back to October of 2014, and saw who had ordered liquid foundation, what shade did they order, and I messaged every single one of those people and told them about that it was coming back, that it was going to be available, do they want some, do they want to be on a notify list, and I haven't done it this month yet, but it's on my list to go back through every single order I've ever gotten since the lip stain came out. When did it come out? In March of 2015? Who's ordered lip stain? And tell them, hey, we have this January kudos this month. I just want to let you know, since you love the lip stain, there's these 3 exclusive colors. So, yeah. I'd like to know how you have your office set up. Do you have a folder of people, or do you just go off your back? I use my back office. I'm not organized. I'm a hot freaking mess, Debbie. I have no organizational skills. What are your procedures? See more. Let's see, it's long. I can't see it all. I do what Kara does, like for follow-up. I just write down the name of the person that I stopped on, the last person I touched base with in my recent orders. And then when I go back in to do follow-up again, that's where I start up. I don't have anything written down. Nothing. Except for my cash and carry in-person customers, which I don't have very many of anymore. I have a spreadsheet that I put their names in it. But I just use what's in the back office. I mean, if I'm going through all of them, I literally go through every single order for every single month. I start in the month that I'm in, and I just work my way back. A little drop-down box tells you, change it from month to month. That's what I do. I use what's in my back office. Honestly, I have too many orders to keep track of them all somehow. Like, I let my back office do that for me. I do. I feel like I was going to say something else, and now I forgot. Let's see what was up here. Yeah, so that's kind of my tale of why I'm scared to miss following up with anyone, because you just don't know. You just have no idea. Erin, I didn't start following up until 6 months in. I thought I was too late to follow up. Nope. No. Go message them. Message them and be like, hey, you know what? It looks like I never touched base with you. Totally sorry about that, but I wanted to see how you were doing. Just send them a message. Just send them a message. You don't have to call yourself out and be like, I totally forgot. Just be like, it looks like I didn't. How did I miss that? How are you doing now? Really, I would. What would you say to those customers? Okay, I just said that. Yeah, I absolutely would do that. I mean, if you're not using what's in that back office under my orders and going through it on a frequent basis and just reaching out to people, just touching base, being like, hey, how's it going? How's your makeup? You're missing out. Because that's the way you kind of keep people involved, and it starts a conversation too, because you've heard Kara talk about the way she connects with her customers, and that's part of it. It's just talking to them and starting a conversation with them. And then, I mean, so many of them have messaged me and just said, I know I don't know you, but I just feel like I know you. And it's just because we've talked, and I try to keep them involved. I don't do fabulous at it. I am not excellent every single month at. Kara has her 3-day rule for follow-up. I am lying if I say I'm on top of that 3-day thing. I am so not, but I make sure I follow up with them as soon as I can. As soon as I can, because I know that it is probably, I used to say it was the most important thing, and it still might be, but it's definitely in the top 3. Following up is in the top 3. So, all right, I've been going on and on for a long time now. Does anybody have any other questions before I hop off of here? You work, oh, here, wait. I didn't scroll. If it wasn't scrolling. You work full time. How do you find time for everything? I don't find time for everything. My house is a mess, and I am constantly trying to just juggle things and find a better balance. But that's the thing. That's the wrong word, because there is no balance. There's nothing's ever going to be like perfectly in balance. I'm excited to kind of talk about this more at the training in January that I'm sure somebody will do a live on. But I try not to judge myself so hard, but I have to kind of plan and make a schedule and remember what the most important things are that I need to do and try to stay on top of those things with my business at least. Okay, I'm trying to scroll because it stopped rolling when I stopped it to look back up. Yep, if Lauren says if her party sales get slow, first thing she does is go back and chat with her older cup. Yeah. I mean, and those are the people you want to talk to and have them following you, because those are the people that want to join, that have tried the makeup and like it. Okay. All right. If nobody has anything else, I'm going to get off of here and eat lunch. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for letting me share. I love this group. Lindsay, you are freaking awesome for setting this up and doing this. I just think it's great. So maybe you'll see more from me. I'm sure I'll post something. Maybe we'll come up with something and I'll go live again. So, all right, guys, have a fabulous weekend. Bye.